Thank you, Chair. Evening again, Minister. Minister, could you open the Department Performance Measures budget paper to page 135 and under Road Asset Management, near the bottom of the page, it's about 3 up, can you find road area major patched roads in regional Victoria? Yep. You'll see that the target for the area patched was 1.033 million square metres. Can you read out the expected outcome for 24-25 next to that?
So the thing that we need to do, and I appreciate that these departmental performance measures...
No, you can just read the number.
Excuse me, don't direct.
...are incredibly complicated, and we do actually provide more granular detail than any single other jurisdiction in the state, is the expected outcome reflects a point in time. So these were provided in March by the department to allow these budget papers to be...
So is there a revised figure as the expected outcome?
So if you have a look at, if you turn the page, Ms Benham, and have a look at the road area resurfaced or rehabilitated, we've got an expected outcome of approximately 3 million square metres. The actual outcome of that, because what we did was we moved the patching to more rehab, which is longer term, more sustainable sort of measure.
So you changed the metrics?
Well, no, we've just done more work.
So in the interest of time, because it is very limited, if the expected outcome is 566,000 square metres, barely half of the original target, then you'll read out the target for 25-26 and the target is 70,000 square metres. So is there a reason, have the goalposts changed? Are the metrics now different?
I think the thing that you need to understand around our arterial road network, of which there's 23,000 kilometres that the state's responsible for, is think of it like the cardiovascular system of the Victorian economy. And so there's things that change all the time. And so when there's one treatment that is occurring on one area and the weather conditions might be
hasn't rained for a long time in a lot of rural areas.
No, I appreciate that. And that is why we've been able to do much more rehabilitation, which is now actually as I said, on page 136, that top performance measure, the expected outcome or the expected number that we've actually done right here and now, whilst we expected it to be approximately 3 million square metres, it's now closer to 3.5 million square metres.
So how many potholes have been fixed?
Oh, there's been tens of thousands of potholes that have been fixed. We get on with the job of, and we've got crews out there all the time.
So are potholes classified as road maintenance or rehabilitation?
So road maintenance covers a broad range of activities. It covers things like absolutely, the black stuff on the roads, but it also includes things like replacing sound walls. It includes things like doing the lighting. It's about everything that is the maintenance program for all the assets that sit around the road.
Are potholes the priority though?
Depending on what the appropriate treatment at the time is. And look, I appreciate neither you or I are road engineers. And so that's where I do take the advice from the department, and we've got those contracts in place to be able to say this is what we need to do at a particular point in time.
Okay, thank you, Minister. Last week in Parliament you accused the Weekly Times and the opposition of inaccurate representation of the road maintenance targets. Having now looked at them and explaining that the goalposts, do you now understand that you've failed actually to reach the target for patching roads in regional Victoria this year? And instead of fixing more potholes, your target's going to in fact drop by 93% next year. And why is that?
So as I said, we've been able to shift what we do to rehabilitation. And the rehabilitation work is where you entirely dig out the road, rather than just putting a bit of cold mix into a hole in the road, which is the most temporary form of road fixing. We've been actually now able to go out there and dig out large sections of road, rebase it, and then re-asphalt it and then seal it, which
So-
gives us a lot more longevity.
So if you're doing more rehab and resurfacing, and hopefully they'll last a little bit longer doing that, because it doesn't last a lot long when it gets hot. Is that why you've cut the target, the road resurfacing target for this year? Because it's very clear in there that the numbers compared to last year is 70,000 square kilometres.
So what we're doing, as I said, like it's a dynamic thing, and we move our targets depending on what it is the work that we'll do.
So
And
there's
if you-
less roads that need rehab?
No, well, what you can see is if you turn over the page, into page 138, you can see we're actually doing a lot of work over the coming year of bridge re-strengthening and replacement projects. Now, that is really critical work.
No, but Minister, I want to get to the bottom of why more money is being spent on road maintenance and our roads are getting worse, meanwhile the government's spending more money and reducing targets. That's essentially what we're trying to get.
I think what you're failing to understand, Ms Benham, is that road maintenance covers a wide variety of activities.
What we understand, Minister, forgive me for interrupting, but what we understand is communities in regional and rural Victoria are feeling unsafe on the roads and are saying to me that they no longer drive on the left of the road, they drive on what's left of the road. So I'm just trying to understand, while the targets come down and the spend is going up, how that is working, because we are not getting a better return on our road investment for what's being spent.
Well, as I can say, you need to look at the department performance measures in their totality. And what you need to do is understand the broad spectrum of works that are occurring.
Thanks. Thank you, Minister.